All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's the football power hour, baby. Today we are talking about Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Today we're talking about a little instead of troll time. We're doing transfer talk because normally I don't want this channel to be transfer talk, but you know what? Go ahead and give it to them. Because it makes sense to talk about transfer talk during match days for me, because like that what happens there also is sort of part and parcel of what happens on the pitch. In many occasions, as you can see with the Rabiot, Scott McTominay talk and all that happened last week, and and all the hoopla that's happening this week is sort of like for me to get through, because especially with Manchester United being a circus club, right now. So and on the downward spiral that we own. So like I'm just right now enjoying therapy by enjoying other games, because what you know what football is a beautiful game. So we are talking about Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Here's the thing. Obviously I'm watching this game from a as a social media FC fan. So right now, I'll just say make the claim that the Liverpool cracks are starting to show. All right. Now, before I get to that, I just want to go ahead and give the flowers to my homie Patrick Vieira. You deserve these flowers. Patrick Vieira is one of the managers like Graham Potter that are hot prospect managers. That stock is on an upward rise, and give that man. We'll get to Patrick Vieira in a second. Like I also support him, not because he's black, but also because he's black, but also because the man deserves some resources. If he gets Conor Gallagher back, if he gets a more clinical finisher than Zaha, if he gets somebody more productive than Ayu, like I mean Ayu, I respect him, and and he's been great, and but for Palace, but they can do better. That team is gonna be a problem. Right now, they'll sit comfortably in the top 10 at the end of the season. But anyway, Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. I like when we're talking about like Vieira and Klopp, like I gotta say though, like it was a little bit anticlimactic to see the handshake and hug between Klopp and Vieira at the end after the Conte Tuchel rivalry the other day. So it was just like I was like, I guess it can still be competitive and still be all love and friendly, so. But that's just another way of doing of handling competition and being competitive, and that's like, you know, I have to applaud that, because I that's productive and positive, and you can tell that they have a relationship that's beyond um through the media. So with Patrick Vieira in particular, like he's also excellent because this guy has been with this team since July 4th, 2021. And Liverpool have been with their homie club since what, 2015? It was like 3 years before that, Man United had just won a title or something like that. So it's just like a Premier League title. So we talking back in them dinosaur days. So the good old dinosaur days. So right now, I was so impressed by how he set up his troops. I mean, they obviously had a very well drilled formation and tactics, which we'll get to in a second. But like, I just want to just say, what in the job. Something that really struck me that would obviously you have to talk about in that game is Darwin Nunes. What in the Zidane was that? Man, like what did Anderson say? Like, did he say anything about your mama? Did he call you Darwin Noodles? Did he call you what? I'm just trying to figure out what warrant, like you have to know, you have to have the intelligence. Like I guess it's you're a young player and it's a learning experience for you, but like is this is you know you have to know that like somebody's gonna incite you, especially when you're a giant like that. All I'm gonna say is maybe you forgot you were a giant and you were just trying to chest bump, and then you went boom. And then also Anderson, that fall though, we gotta give you some. He felt like this. My nose is broken. It was too funny. Man, you know, yeah, that was dramatic AF. So, you know, obviously we don't condone violent conduct at all. So there's no place for that on the pitch, just like there's no place for racism and police brutality. So, you know, I hope it's a learning experience for Darwin Nunes and he slows down a little bit because he's on a race with Haaland right now. The way he was playing, even when he was on the pitch, it seems like he was just like, damn it, Haaland got an assist on Saturday, and I'm playing Monday night football, and I should be, like, like catching up, and he just got a cool, calm, my friend, like the now it's funny because like Liverpool and Manchester City are sort of in an process of it's an it's a race, it's an adaptation process race for of integrating their central strikers. Because Liverpool, even though like they were playing, had a lot of the ball as expected, and they it seemed like they were playing to set up Darwin Nunes. Salah was always sort of just going to the wing, trying to find that perfect cross, trying to find the perfect ball for Darwin Nunes, and then once Darwin Nunes was off, not as a substitution, there was some weird fluidity in they had a lot of offensive presence and still not losing that defensive like shape and still not losing the sometimes you'd have Trent Alexander-Arnold. My favorite moment was seeing Trent Alexander-Arnold in the center forward position between Darwin Nunes and Salah, because that was just like, wow, okay, this is like controlled play where they're strategically moving the ball to different areas on the pitch and actually creating the numerical numbers that are giving the numerical, support and enough passing lanes that are needed to make the ball go to wherever it needs to go to into dangerous positions onto the box, and then they'll be able to whip a cross in. And there was a lot of crossing, and that's partially because of the formation that they were playing against, and which we'll get to in a second. But I just want to just like tie it up by saying that yeah, Darwin Nunes, like it made me sort of like question, like, okay, is Liverpool a little bit more fluid right now without Darwin Nunes? Like, are they not fully adapted to it? Is this why they don't seem like the team that they were, or is it because the cracks are actually starting to show and grow? Because I know that kid Javier Elliott is good, but I don't know if he's going to be enough to carry Liverpool into the Champions League final, because Thiago made of plastic. We know now that Thiago, you guys gotta. I guess he's one of those that used to like ride the thin line of like Pogba was never spoken a lot about as an injury prone player, but he would just be injured enough and then but show up enough to put in some assists and everybody be like, damn, this is our Rolls Royce. You see, we're good when we have him and he's fit and he's had a good preseason and he's eating right, he's living right, thinking right, then he's gonna be there. But like it seemed like Thiago, we might need to start looking elsewhere because he's not going to be there. He's going to be there a third of the season. So, and with the World Cup coming, whoo, I don't know. I don't know. So Liverpool might need to do some serious reinvestments before the season, before the window closes, if they want to patch these cracks because they starting the show. Couldn't beat Fulham, couldn't beat Crystal Palace. Matter of fact, he was spared by Zaha's carelessness. Some of those moments were just thin margins. If Zaha gets the right control, he creates a better chance for himself. If Zaha is able to like switch and hit it with his left foot, that cross that he got in the penalty box on the far post, he hit the upright and it went out, because that just like would have just deflated Liverpool. So that's the other thing that I wanted to actually talk about that is very interesting in the way this game panned out is that fine, Nunes got sent off, and at that time obviously Crystal Palace had the advantage, right? And it was like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? How's the team going to respond mentally and physically? How they still going to connect? And then Luis Diaz, before 4 minutes was over, he was just like, I am gonna, I am gonna take the game by the scruff of the neck and just go. I got this. And we haven't seen something like I mean, we've seen that from Diaz. He scored a goal like that in the Copa America versus Peru, I believe, and then like in Porto. He's done this type of goal before, but he in the Premier League, we haven't seen something like this where it's almost like, oh, prime Hazard, like where it's like, oh, the team is running out of solutions. The team needs somebody to bail them out, and he showed up. So big shout out to Diaz's evolution, and we're starting to see how he is going to I don't want to say fill the money void because that's a different kind of space, but he's going to evolve into the player, into this even more dynamic, even more efficient and effective, because he hit the post a few times, in one last times I've seen him. So he is becoming a really, really, really dazzling player to watch. Him and Eze a little bit. So right now, Eze is like, for Crystal Palace, Eze's performance was at the beginning of the game, you'd see it and it faded, in the second half. But Luis Diaz was the inverse. When he was playing well before, but then once the red card happened, he became one and a half men, and when he's like, I got this, and that was just so refreshing, and I want to see the same from Eze, the same sort of like, evolution from Eze as a player, because I believe he's one to watch out for. And Manchester United, somebody do something. Man, can't believe. Anyway, I don't want to be thinking about Manchester United right now. Anyway, we're talking about we focused on another game because we trying to get some therapy right now. All right. So all right. So let's just go straight to it. So, um, the type of the type of play. Okay, so Crystal Palace set up in a very, very interesting 5-4-1, which is like no rocket science. It was just like, all right, this is going to be a low block. They're going to be compact. They're going to be solid, and not let Liverpool and the 4-3-3 stretching, move them around. So they were just all just sort of boom, sitting right at the top of the edge of the box, making life difficult for Liverpool. All the chances with Nunes, when Nunes was around, was like, crossing a ball to between the center backs. But like once they lost that option, sometimes they had the goal that they conceded was very reminiscent of the fourth goal that Manchester United conceded against Brentford. Why do I keep going back to Man U? Ah, that team. It's like I'm trying to get rid of you, but like anyway, whatever. That the goal that Liverpool conceded was very, very similar to that of to that. It was a quick counter, very efficient. Goalkeeper, it was Salah, I believe, who had the ball, and then they lost it in the box, and then the goalkeeper pretty much found Eze, who made Fabinho look like a cone. He just pretty much just shifted the ball to his right, and then he was out. And there was the homie Zaha, and he just made the perfect run. And then Phillips put him on side. I believe, yeah, Phillips, who's liability Phillips. We'll get to that another time. But anyway, so Eze pretty much just knew where he wanted to finish, and before Van Dijk could get him, the ball was in the net. So that 5-4-1 block, I'm hoping there's some things that, like, I don't obviously don't want Manchester United to set up in a 5-4-1 block versus Liverpool on Monday next week, but I'm hoping that some things, especially that some things in Patrick Vieira's playbook, that um the homie that I nearly said Ralph because I want Ralph back into the club, not as a manager, but you know that Eric Ten Hag can learn from Patrick Vieira's playbook. That's what I was trying to get at. So because the way uh, Guehi and Ward would set up, or sometimes it would be Anderson. They would pretty much just receive the ball from the goalkeeper, and then they would end up making a very, 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 like the goalkeeper would have the ball here, and then like Ward or Anderson would go to a position here, and they would make a very risky pass right near the touchline, and then next thing you'd know is there's obviously a Liverpool player. Both they try to press in numbers. Obviously, it's never just one player just pressing, and they'd still run when they're running, and all they'll do is just ping the ball to Schlupp or Decore, in the midfield positions, and that's where the space would be, and then they'll pass, get the ball to Eze. Eze would dribble, and then like it'll pretty much just be like that pattern over and over again. And I believe some of that can be extrapolated into our play, when we play them. And Liverpool are sort of a little bit there for the taking because the cracks are beginning to show. The defense is a little bit makeshift right now. No Matip is injured. Gomez doesn't look really comfortable right now, or fit all the way. Um, and Phillips is still trying to settle in. So I am hoping for something, but I do not want this to be a preview for Manchester United. But I just want to just give a big shout out to Patrick Vieira and Jurgen Klopp for all the entertainment that they gave me on Monday. Because Manchester United sucks, and I don't want to be thinking about it. Oh man. Anyway, and all right, let's just go to this homie Cunha real quick. So here's the thing. I looked at the dossier and was not looking that impressive. I so looked at, okay, I was like, all right, let's go to the YouTube highlights like everybody else. First page. All right. All right, we see like a tap in goal. Okay, all right. I'm like, what is this in the cover? All right, okay, all right, cool. Second goal. Uh okay. Pass to someone passes back, goal. All right, okay. If I can find it back of the net. All right, powerful shot. Okay. Um, but hold on. Where are the headers? Is there any like good volleys or anything that shows technique? Like really, really, really something out of the ordinary a little bit, like an attribute that's because obviously we want underdeveloped players because that's the style that we're going for now. But like we don't want completely underdeveloped. We want to see a little shine and then be like, oh, let's clean out the rusty parts and then like make you shine even brighter, you know? And but I just saw way too much rust. I mean, here's what I saw. Like it was like link up play. All right, speed. All right, little bit of power. Yeah, powerful shot, and passport Brazilian. Okay, okay, okay. It's almost like if I had a conversation with Matheus Cunha right now, it would go something like, okay, all right. Hey, how you doing, Matheus? Hi, good, 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 good. What position you play, Matheus? I'm center forward. Wow, center forward. Okay, all right. Sit down, sit down, sit down. All right, talk to me. What can I do for you, Mister Center Forward? We got a little, situation. We need to fill that position. You know, uh, Matheus, what else do you play? It's like, left forward. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. And also, what? You wanted to say something? Right. Forward. Is that what you were just Wow. Okay. Nice. Nice. Versatility. I love versatility. You know what I also love? I love talking to you right now, man. So tell me, uh, how many goals you got to show for us? Huh? You said seven? No, 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 no. No, man. No, no, no. I didn't say how many clubs you played for. I said how many goals. Seven? Seriously. Yeah. It will go something like that. And that was just my controlled laugh. Like I was just like, no way. We gonna be signing somebody who scored 7 goals. I don't care if he got a Brazilian passport, fam. We know like seven. Come on now. Ralph, come back, man. The club is Paddock buying, man. Oh, well, like the Ronaldo situation is it bothers me in many ways because like for sure that Ronaldo was promised and given some assurances at the end of last season when we missed out on top four, you know. For sure that they said, okay, no, we're gonna reinforce, stay with us, you know. It's not like they just like were like, oh, tough season, huh? Yeah, tough season. All right, we'll see next season. No, they said tough season. You know what? We'll be working hard back doors, and we're gonna make sure that we're gonna go up next season. All right, Ronaldo? All right, man. Have a good summer, And then Ronaldo went a few weeks off. He had his few weeks off, you know, and in the preseason off. And then from there, like, Ronaldo's like, yo, Manchester United as an organization right now is messed up. They held Jesse Lingard hostage when Ralph was like, "Yo, he's free to go" or whatever, and Jesse like was almost about to go, and obviously there was like a lot of unexpected events in that January transfer window, but like still, they held somebody hostage, and right now they're holding Ronaldo hostage. That's why he's eating in the cafeteria with his earphones on, and he doesn't want to hear no negative energy, no hating, no nothing, because the organization disappointed him. You can actually love, you can love, like, say, your workplace, like your co-workers, but then hate the company. You can hate the organization, you can hate the school, you can hate this club, but like still love like the people and have a relationship with, it's people, Manchester United fans that give Ronaldo flack for, you know, behaving how he's behaving. I don't understand like what, it doesn't matter what how much you're getting paid. He could have easily signed a different with another club last season with Manchester City. To be a matter of fact, he would have been Ballon d'Or. Benzema would have been like, damn. But right now, the guy made a sacrifice to come try and lift Manchester United back to where it used to be, and the club is failing him. And he's just like, I just got to get out of this sinking ship. It's a big, big circus in Manchester United right now, and I don't like that. And I don't like how the club is moving. And I'm trying to just like find the positivity and find the right way forward, because I represent, you know, trying to bring good and trying to positively affect any situation and any person. And the main thing is the club has to do better. The club has to stand up and show that it wants to contend. Because right now, this is how I feel about it.